And we're a little over 90 minutes away from the polls closing across Georgia. And here are some of the big races we're keeping a close eye on for you tonight. The Democratic runoff for Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, plus Labor Commissioner, Insurance Commissioner, as well as several congressional races for the 6th, 7th, and 10th districts. And tonight we're joined by Dr. Andra Gillespie, Emory University political science professor, and our 11 Alive political expert. So let's bring in Dr. Gillespie. Thank you so much. You join us every election night, which I feel like is every week in Georgia. So the big races we're watching, you just heard me mention those. What are the big races you're watching?
I'm watching on the Democratic side the Lieutenant Governor's race, and I'm going to watch the Secretary of State's race. Locally, I'm very interested in the Republican outcomes in the 6th district and in the 10th district. And one that you haven't mentioned here that I am going to pay attention to is the Republican race in the 2nd district down in southwest Georgia.
So why are you watching that one in particular?
So these are all very interesting runoffs. The 2nd district in particular is now more competitive than it's been in the past. Sanford Bishop has held that seat for 30 years. People think that he's going to have a strong black Republican challenger in a district that's a little bit more favorable to Republicans than it's been in the past. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that November matchup looks like.
Yeah, I did that debate for the Atlanta Press Club, so it was very interesting with those candidates and that history that Sanford Bishop does have down there. We are also seeing an interesting runoff in the 10th district. The Republicans are Mike Collins versus Vernon Jones, and Collins, of course, endorsed by Governor Kemp, Jones endorsed by the former president Donald Trump. 10th district, that has a lot of territory, a lot of ground to cover. It touches 18 counties and some in East Central Georgia. So will the voters take those endorsements that we've seen into account in making their decision? What are you looking for or thinking that you're going to see there?
Well, I think there's no doubt that Vernon Jones was propelled into the runoff because he had the endorsement of Donald Trump. But Vernon Jones is an embattled candidate and certainly the underdog in this race. He lives in DeKalb County. He used to be a Democrat. He's got a really controversial history and a lot of baggage. And so I think the big question is will Donald Trump's endorsement be enough to pull him over the line, or will those other fundamentals that could actually be an albatross on him sink his candidacy? So we'll wait to see what the numbers look like tonight.
Yeah, because the primary, Vernon was behind the other candidates. So a lot to look forward to tonight.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Another exciting election night. Dr. Gillespie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be tracking the runoff results live tonight in prime time on the WATL and right here on 11 Alive at 11.